Alright, the 501st Battle Pack. It's a pretty good set. Everyone likes the minifigures, which of course are 3 501st Troopers and a Jet Trooper, as well as 2 Battle Droids, but the builds aren't great. The AT-RT is a bit too tall, the Bark Speeder is pretty long and kind of oversized. So, today I am going to be showing you all my alternate builds for this set. It's not great because I'm not super experienced at doing alternate builds, but I hope you will all like it, and let's get into the video. Alright, so here we go. This is my alternate build. As you can see, I've got 2 main little speeders here, and then I also got a little turret for this other 501st Trooper. So I'm going to show you all of these one by one, and kind of a little bit on how I built them, and yeah, let's do that. Alright, so first of all, we have this speeder for the clone troopers, and it's pretty simple. I mean, I'm not even quite sure how I built it. I kind of just threw a bunch of random pieces together, but I think it looks pretty decent. This is the one that I built first, so I think it looks better of the 2 speeders. It's got room for 2 clone troopers right here, and then, so I guess there's also 4 blasters right here. So these 2 I got off the Bark Speeder. This one is from this guy. The guy who's driving doesn't have a gun, so I stuck it here. And then the other gun is from one of the battle droids who's also driving, so I guess if the battle droid wanted to start attacking the clones, you'd have to come over and get his blaster. But anyway, it's kind of cool. It's got, like, I guess if you can't exactly call this a feature, but if you take that clone trooper out in the back, you can kind of lift this thing. It doesn't even really look that good. It's just kind of a thing because I was trying to build with the pieces I had from this set, so I just used clicked hinges in there. So it's not really supposed to do that, but you technically could do that if you wanted. In the front, we've got this little engine right here, and then there's also a little kind of a control panel in front of the piloting clone, kind of to show him what the terrain is ahead of him, kind of like macro binoculars. And then these wings in the back are the ones from the AT-RT, the 501st stickers are on them. And then these pieces, these are kind of just like side pieces to almost like a rail. Oops, that fell off. So they're kind of like just little pieces that kind of are just, I don't know, I guess you could call them the doors, maybe like they open to let the troopers out, but they're kind of just more railings or just the side of the speeder. And then underneath, you can see I kind of made the base with a bunch of kind of random pieces here. And I've got these grills on the sides, lots of these angle brackets on the bottom, just kind of having some plates sticking out there. And then, yeah, and then I guess here I'll move this guy off. Oh, he took the seat with him. But anyway, you can see in there's technically, I mean, I guess you could try to squeeze 3 troopers in here if you really wanted to, but I kind of doubt that would fit. And then also, here, put this guy back in. These guns can come off, and you can kind of just fold in these parts. It looks a little bit thinner and kind of more sleek, so that's another thing you can do. Honestly, I don't really have anything else to say on this build. Yeah, since it was first, it looks better than the other one, but I guess we'll go ahead and take a look at the other one anyway. Alright, here's the second speeder, and obviously right away you can see it looks actually pretty bad, but this was kind of just with the leftover pieces I had from the other one, but it's still cool in its own way. This is kind of more like a ski, almost like a ski thing, because the other one definitely is like a hover thing, but I don't know, this could technically go in snow, so I thought this could also be a 501st, you could also have a 501st Trooper driving this. But I thought, you know, the droids need something to fight with too. I mean, they're pretty pathetic anyway. I mean, why not give them a dinky little speeder and at least see what they can do? So anyway, it's not quite as good. You can see the controls here are the ones from the Bark Speeder. And then there's kind of this little kind of chunky spot right there. Doesn't look very good. There's got these 2 blasters in front, which honestly I think is the best part of the build. But I think it looks decent. and then he's got the wings left over. Then these are the skis from the side of the bark speeder, and then these are the stud shooters. Honestly, these look pretty bad, and I could probably do without them, but they do look decent as thrusters, you know, at least for this alternate build. Otherwise, I would just throw them away. You can also, if you really want to use the stud shooters, you can take them and put them forward, but I don't know why anyone would ever want to do that because they kind of suck. So anyway, yeah, that looks decent. Then in the back here, we've got, I don't know, these like arm thingies, and they fall off, but they're kind of just there for decoration. On the back, there is a spot for a droid to sit and hold the bar while he is shooting, which is basically the only, I guess the driver could technically be using these laser bolts, but this guy doesn't have a gun because he's controlling the speeder. So basically this is like the only guy with a gun on the entire speeder. I think if you had another battle droid, you could probably stick another one on the right here, if you scooch this guy over, but this set only comes with 2, so I just gave it 2. Right here there's this seat. This could, yeah, you could put a clone guy in here, it'd probably work better. But yeah, see, it's the same seat from the bark speeder, so basically the same thing. And this guy, to get him in, it's kind of complicated, but you have to like give, here, his arm fell off. So basically, here, I'll tear this guy off to make it easier. So you have to take one arm and put that on, put that on one of the controls, and then the other arm, since it's it's the different type that doesn't hold a gun, it's like sideways, that one you can actually get to hold, sorry, it's not a super good view, but that one you can actually make him hold the edge with right here, and it kind of snaps in, and then his arm kind of comes out, and I think, honestly looks kind of good. And then yeah, it's a little hard to stick the torso in there and the legs, but it's okay. Definitely would be probably better for clone troopers, and if I had more pieces, I mean, I do have more pieces, but since this is an alternate build for the 501st battle pack, it's basically, it's not super good. I could make it way better if I had more pieces though. So, yeah, I guess that's it. And then the last little thing we've got here is, I just thought to add some extra pieces. Actually, these are the extra pieces that I have in here because I didn't know what to do with them. But anyway, I made a little bit of a turret for this guy. It doesn't look great, but it's with the pieces, like I said. But if you got this with like some gray tones and made a better turret, I think it would actually look pretty decent. So we got this guy, he's got these pieces that are kind of just going on here, and then this is kind of an illegal building technique. It doesn't even really work, but the ball joint right here, you can kind of stick that into the bottom of the lightsaber hilt, which also doubles as the gun barrel. And then I've kind of got this like muzzle area, kind of a blast guard, and then this is the piece that was on the end of this. It's the candlestick piece, and the turret is okay. I guess the tripod, it's not a tripod, but anyway, the stand is made out of, yeah, the ball joint piece and some other little hinging pieces, kind of just to give it a little bit of a base. And this can go backwards or forwards, works either way. And then I couldn't really figure out what to do with the jet trooper, so I kind of just left him here. But altogether, I think it's a pretty decent, they're all falling over. Altogether, I think it's a pretty decent speeder, this one, and then this one's not very good, but it's the best I could do. I'm pretty proud of this because I've never actually done an alternate build before. I mean, I think when I was little, I might have done one on like a creator set, but I think this is probably one of my first, alternate builds for like a real Lego set. So I'm pretty proud of this one. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, definitely leave them down in the comments below, or if you have any ideas of alternate builds I can make for this set or any other sets, definitely put those in the comments as well. And thank you everyone for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everybody.